Well, with Rob Waddell at sea, Zeno Muller, Switzerland's '96 champion, abandoning his comeback attempt for the USA, and Slovenia's Itzhak Chop required in the double scull, there's a vacancy for a new single sculls champion.
Well, this was that semi-final. That's Marcel Hacker at the top of the picture there, and you can see Yanakiev really beginning to put the pressure on him there, and Hacker cannot do anything about it. Hacker, the 2002 world champion, you would have expected him to be in there and in this final bidding for the gold medal, but there he didn't seem to respond. He's sitting there, he didn't raise his game at all, he just looks flat.
Yep. So away they go, Dan, and what really interests me are the different tactics here.
Well, my heart there is with the Czech Republic, Chalupa, and I'm hoping that he's going to be able to take it off. He went off there at 51 strokes a minute. Very, very fast indeed. Not bouncing his boat. I've watched him over the years, and he's adopted his style. Every 4 or 5 years he changes the way he's sculling, and I think he's most effective now. He's not bouncing his boat so much. He's settling into a very good rhythm there, and he's just about moving into the lead. He's sculling very nicely, but I don't know whether it's going to cost him a lot, because he's still pretty high. He's just over 40 strokes a minute.
But I guess that's the only way he thinks he can do something in this race, to try and dominate and go out fast and stay fast. And at the moment he's got a decent advantage. Now to his left immediately, that's Yuri Janssen, and 2 away from him is Olaf Tufte, who's just beginning to establish his rhythm. There's the birthday boy on the far side. Interestingly, he's the first Belgian to make his mark in the final for a long time. It was a chap called Polydor Veerman, who was the silver medalist for Belgium back in Stockholm 1912. So it's been a long time since Belgium made their mark in a final.
Well, you've got Chalupa, who's leading the field there. He's at 35 strokes a minute. It's not all that economical the way he's sculling. This is the man who really sculls beautifully. He's a very, very comfortable, easy sculler. He won the Poznan World Cup in May, and he's really very much a threat in this field.
Yes, this will be the 5th Olympics that Yuri Janssen's participating in, and he just moving up now with Olaf Tufte as we come to the end of the first quarter. Also going particularly well at the moment is Santiago Fernandez, as we get a view for the first time of the world champion.
Yes, he's a very, very methodical sculler, Tufte. He just sits there and just puts down the strokes. Very, sits low in the boat, drives his legs, stays very low. You don't see him lift his body. But there, Chalupa, big, powerful man. Look at the strength there. Tends to take it a little bit with his arms, and doesn't really use his legs quite as well as he could. But he's moving well. He's out there in front, white boat, but he's being chased very, very hard now, and I just wonder whether he's maybe done too much in that first 500 meters.
Leading the chase on the far side, this man, Santiago Fernandez, who's following in the footsteps of some great Argentinian scullers, notably Alberto Dimidi, who was a silver medalist in the 72 games, got a bronze before that in 68.
Yes, Dimidi, very, very long lieback with long hair. He was a very distinctive character on the circuit.
But now Tufte, Dan, beginning to move. That rhythm now established and putting himself into just about second place.
Well, certainly Tufte should feel very confident here. With Hacker gone out in the semi-final, Tufte really is the man now to beat. But he's got to look out for Estonia, for Yuri Janssen. All the scullers now beginning to move back now on Chalupa, the early leader. He's lengthened out his stroke. He's sculling pretty well there, but I think an awful lot of the power has gone, and they are cutting right the way through him. And it is certainly Tufte, who's lovely and long. You see how long he is, and very fluent there. He's just being chased by Yuri Janssen, who sits more upright, drives his legs, and keeps his boat running very sweetly.
Into the second half, and Tufte, the world champion, takes over. Janssen, though, shadowing him really closely. Tufte, who was an Olympic silver medalist with Frederick Becken 4 years ago in Sydney, and those two, Dan, just now easing away from Chalupa.
It's interesting to see how who's missing from this lineup. Actually, there's no Itzhak Chop, there's no Waddell, the Olympic champion, there's no Muller from the 96 Olympics, there's no Hacker, and those are all 4 top performers. But it's certainly going to be a battle here between Janssen and Tufte, because Chalupa is beginning to fall back, and he's getting a lot of pressure now from the bottom of the picture there, from Yanakiev of Bulgaria, who's beginning to put pressure there on the Czech Republic, on Chalupa.
Yes, Yanakiev's really interesting because he's had a very quiet, private preparation. He's from Burgas, right on the Black Sea. He's the same age as Tufte, 28 years of age, and we've not seen as much of him this year as we have in preceding seasons, and maybe that's to his advantage. People don't think about him.
It's a good shot there of Yuri Janssen, who's now just moved into the lead. He's really had a big push there. He was up at 36 strokes a minute. He's pushed past Tufte, and it could be that this is where Janssen's going to make his play. Janssen, remember, in Poznan, he beat both Tufte and Hacker there, and Chalupa. He beat them all, and he's now really made his play. Boat wobbling there a little bit, but there's Tufte beginning to respond. Tufte's responded there, but I don't think Chalupa's going to be able to get back on terms. He's under a lot of pressure now from Yanakiev.
And Tufte, aware of the fact that the Estonian has made the move, but of course it's probably true, Dan, that Yuri Janssen is also aware that Tufte has got an extra gear in the last quarter and probably doesn't want to leave this down to a final sprint if he can avoid it.
Well, certainly Norway has always a strong tradition in fast finishing. But certainly Yuri Janssen has done he's shortened up a lot though. His strokes have got very much shorter. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to sustain that because he's up at 38 strokes a minute. And here, the much longer strokes there of Tufte next to him above the picture there, beginning to move back on him again.
And Yanakiev getting the better of the argument with Chalupa for the bronze medal, and Yanakiev really on the near side, finishing fast here and not completely out of the fight for maybe silver or bronze. We don't know at the moment, because at the moment Tufte now really needs to raise his game in front of the enclosures now. Something like 250 meters to go, and here is Olaf Tufte. This is where the big questions are laid down, and look at him raise the rate.
He just went right up to 39 strokes a minute there, and he's just cutting right back through. Yeah, it does look very much as if Janssen might have made his play a little bit too early. He's shortening up even more, but he's fighting back. But look at that, Tufte has just gone right through him, and he's going to have to settle for silver. Janssen is going to have to settle for silver because Tufte is away half a length, and he's right away now, moving at every stroke.
Yes, and Janssen's got to keep this going, because look at Yanakiev. I said that Yanakiev was still dangerous, and there's a fight on here, maybe for the silver medal. The line's just a few strokes away, but Olaf Tufte, the world champion, looks as if he's going to take the Olympic title now. Taking in the oxygen, really rhythmically driving towards the line. Yuri Janssen still in second place. Closing still is Yanakiev for Bulgaria, but it is gold to Norway, silver to Estonia, and bronze to Bulgaria. With coming across the line in fourth place, that's Fernandez of Argentina, ahead of Chalupa of the Czech Republic, and finally Mayans of Belgium. Well, what a race, and what a burst of speed in the last quarter there by Olaf Tufte. 1:40.88, the final 500 there for Olaf Tufte to decisively become Olympic champion in 2004. And this is how he did it, Dan.
Look at him go there. That's where he really started to move, and you can see how Janssen had shortened up, and those long strokes there from Tufte as he just powered it by at 40 strokes a minute.
And a delighted Yuri Janssen, an Olympic silver 14 years on from his world title, and a worthy bronze for Yanakiev, who plans to continue.